Some of the girls feel like automatically I have an advantage over them because I'm awesome and, you know, I totally have it going on.
What's good, Fraanse Fam, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a very fun and easy recipe for those that are on their healthy journey. And this is very simple, you guys. As a basis, you'll only need olive oil and sea salt. We're going to get into spices later, but for now, if you want to keep it simple and original, you'll only need those two ingredients and also some tortillas. Actually, you don't have to have the yellow corn. I know you're like, girl, I don't have that at home. I have the white ones. That's fine too. It's very low calorie, as you can see, and you can also control what's being put in it, you guys, because you know the chips at the store are just not it. So this is the Ninja Foodie air fry oven. Don't panic if you have a regular air fryer, you guys. It's really not a difference in terms of the steps, so don't freak out. I know it looks very different, but I did do a video about it 5 years ago if you want to go back and watch it if you're interested in getting one. So now we're going to start making the consistency, you guys. So as you can see, I'm going in with Creole seasoning. You guys, I am from New Orleans and we like it spicy. So if you see me put it in some stuff, you're like, girl, I don't have Creole seasoning where I'm at. I'm not using that. You can use whatever ingredients you want because this is your recipe at the end of the day. So I am adding some Creole seasoning. As you can see, you can go in with pepper if you want. You can go in with whatever spices that you so choose. And I'm going in with some onion powder as well. I really wanted that spicy, really tasty kick. And then also we're going to go in with some really great paprika. Like I said, if you're like, I just want to keep it simple, I want to do the olive oil and salt, you're more than welcome to keep it original. No shame here. So now we're going to go in with some sea salt. And then we're going to go in with our olive oil. We're going to pour a little bit in there, you guys. Like I said, I only have a 10 count, but if you're going to be making some for a large party or a large group, you're going to have friends over, I would go and get a larger count. Just make sure that you're following the steps, but increasing, like I said, the consistency and things like that. So now we're going to go ahead and stir it up. Make sure that we get it all together into one. And then now we're going to go ahead and pull out our tortillas. So as I said, I do have a smaller count. I know you're like, girl, who's all eating that? It's for me. So I did not need a large one. So we're going to start taking the consistency and we're going to start smearing it onto each tortilla on each side. So if you have a brush, I would prefer you to use a brush. I didn't have a brush, so we had to improvise and use a spoon. So don't feel bad if you're like, girl, all I have is a spoon. I don't have no brush. I don't have that. So go ahead and just smear it on out. Make sure it's very thin. You don't want to drench it. But you also want to make sure that the oil and the rest of the consistency is getting on every part of the tortilla, because when you go to bake it, it's not going to be what you thought it was. It's going to taste like, it's going to taste very soggy. And so we don't need that, and we don't want that because we don't want soggy chips. Well, I don't know. Some people might, but I personally don't. So as you can see, I'm going in. You want to make sure it's very thin because if you put too much, it's going to be harder to take away. But if you just kind of start with a little bit, you can add more as you go. And like I said, you want to make sure it's on all of the tortilla. And you're going to do this one by one for each one, like I said, on both sides. So now that we have the full stack oiled with the consistency ready to go, we're going to start cutting these bad boys because guess what? We need to make these into the size or the shape of chips. So we're going to cut these into 8. So we're starting it with the middle. Now we have a half. Then we're going to cut it across and then diagonal twice. It's going to be a total of 8 sides. You can do 4, you can do 6. It's totally up to you. It's all about what you want. And so as you can see, you want to make sure that the stack is very much together. You want to make sure that you're cutting it, like I said, diagonally. And I know you guys are like, what made you want to make your own chips? What made you want to wake up today and make your own chips? You guys, when I went to Target, I looked at the ingredients. It was a lot of cane sugar. It was a lot of just additives. And I was just kind of like, I'm tired of giving up my caloric count. I'm in a calorie deficit, you guys, and I don't have time to keep giving calories to foolishness. So I was like, we're going to be in control this year, as I said in the first video I posted this year. Because there are ways around different things, and the key to staying in your caloric deficit is to find things that you like and make it so much healthier. And you know, if you can make it homemade, you can make it from scratch, do that. So now we're going to go ahead and set the Ninja Foodie air fry oven to air fry. If you already have your air fryer, set it to air fry. If you don't have that feature, just go ahead and turn it on. We're going to set it to 350 degrees. From there, we're going to turn it down to 6 minutes. Just from my experience, I would say about 6 minutes, 30 seconds is really the best. But if you're like, I like 6 minutes better, it's all about what you really want, how crispy you want the chips. And so now we're going to actually add them to the tray. If you have an air fryer where you just kind of pull it out, you can go ahead and drop them in. It may not allow for as many to be placed on the air fryer like it is for me. But that's okay. We're going to be doing these in batches anyway. And so you're going to have to constantly, you know, do a batch, take it out, put it on a plate, do a batch, take it out, put it on a plate. So don't feel bad about that at all. It is what it is. Another tip that I want to add is that you want to make sure that the chips are spread out at least a ½ inch. You can do about an inch if you're kind of like, you know, you kind of cut them too large or you use larger tortillas. You can definitely spread them out a bit farther apart if you want to. If you want to put them closer, you're like, girl, I'm not doing it this exactly how you saying it. That's totally fine, you guys. If you want your chips to burn up and be wrong, then that's great. So this is after 6 minutes and it's looking amazing, you guys. I am so proud. This was my first batch and actually my very first time even trying this out, you guys. And it came out just amazing. And you're going to learn through trial and error regarding the time, but make sure that you're staying within 6 to 7 minutes. Oh my God, you guys, chef's kiss. This is so good. It turned out amazing. I paired this with some hummus. One of my favorite hummuses, I think it's a Mediterranean hummus from Trader Joe's. You can pair this also with salsa or whatever dipping sauce that you prefer, like a buffalo dipping sauce. These look like restaurant made chips, you guys. It came out amazing. Listen to that crunch. Oh my God, guys, I cannot wait for you to try this recipe. Comment below and let me know how it turns out. I just wanted to come back, you guys. So this is the next day and I actually put these chips in a bag in the refrigerator and they are holding up really, really good. They're still very crunchy, still very fresh actually. And I made my what I call healthy nachos. And so I heated the chips up in the microwave to melt the cheese and everything's still pretty crispy. As you can hear, everything melted just fine. Like I said, traditionally, I would use regular chips to make my nachos, but now that I've started making my own, it just makes this recipe that much healthier. And so I just wanted to show you guys this aspect of the video because I know you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with the chips after? You can definitely put them in a bag, put them in the refrigerator, and it actually tastes better the next day, which is completely crazy. But I wanted to show you guys that. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button up at the top. Also too, don't forget to hit that notification bell at the bottom of this video, so every time I post a video, you'll be the first to know. Thank you guys so much. Comment below if you have any questions and I'll see you guys there.